Welcome to the Bruin Den, home of the TWSN Bruins for tonight's varsity matchup between the TWSN Bruins and the visiting Webo Stars. I'm Coach Justin Spears, joined by Lane Gibbs. We got Connor Ross on the camera tonight. Lane, this is going to be a great game. It's the first game of the year for a new TWSN team, new staff, a lot of new players. Webo's got a couple of games under their belt. What are you looking forward to tonight?
I think it's going to be a great matchup tonight, a really big Sagamore Conference rivalry. And I think Webo, they're coming out some confidence here. Snapped a six-game losing streak against Speedway their last game, and they're looking to get redemption here tonight as they lost 59-46 last year to TWSN at Webo.
Yeah, it's going to be a really good season, I think, for the Bruins. You know, there's a lot of excitement, a new coach in Tommy Strine, a lot of new players, returning two key starters from last year in Wes Ward and Kellen Dakin. Talk a little bit about what they bring to the program.
I think Wes, I watched practice a couple weeks ago. I think they're really going to try and feed Wes this year as he's going to be their big point scorer. Like I said, he's averaging 1.7 blocks per game and had the highest field goal percentage of the team last year. And Kellen was a part of that team last year, so he knows how this offense works.
Yeah, absolutely. Really excited to see what they can do. You know, every time you have a new coach come in, a new philosophy, new system, getting those guys to buy into what you're wanting to do is going to take some time. So I have to be patient with these guys, but I know they're really excited and ready to get going. Let's talk a little bit about what the Western Boone Stars bring to the table.
Like I said, these guys have started 1-1 this year with a win against Speedway, and then obviously they've got two emerging scorers so far this year in Quinn Westerfield, a sophomore, and Gavin Hawkins, a senior. Quinn has been averaging 17.5 points per game so far this year and is 54% from the floor. And Gavin Hawkins has 16.5 points per game this year and is 50% shooting from the floor.
Yeah, they're coming in off the 3-19 season last year. Coach Oakley's been in his fourth year here at the school now. I know he's trying to build some momentum. He's got a group of young guys. I watched him play the game against Rossville. They played really hard. I know they took it to Speedway in their last time out, so you know they're going to be hungry for a win tonight, and it ought to be a really exciting game.
And I think another guy to watch out for, part of those big two there, is Tristan Falk. He's a really big guy on the boards. He's averaging 10.5 rebounds so far this year.
Yeah, absolutely. This is going to be an exciting game. We'll come back here in a little bit with starting lineups, and that's it. All right, welcome back to the Bruin Den here. We're about 2 minutes away from tip. Get your starting lineups here, and then we'll be ready to start the 24-25 season.
All righty.
Pretty good. Good to see you.
All right, let's kick it over to the public dress announcer, Dave Smith, for tonight's starting lineups.
For tonight's boys varsity season home opener, a sophomore conference matchup between the visiting Western Boone Stars and your TWSN. First, let's meet for starters for the visiting Stars. Wearing number 1, Marcus Fortner. Number 3, a senior, Gavin Hawkins. Number 10, a sophomore, Quinn Westerman. Number 12, a senior, Luke Edkin. And number 24, a junior, Christian Faulkner. The Stars are coached by head coach Dustin Oakley. Ladies and gentlemen, it's time to meet the starters.
All right, Lane, so we've got our starting lineups for tonight. Referees are out on the courts. Lights get back up. We're ready to go.
Oh, yeah, man. I think it's going to be a great matchup here. Going to be a dogfight to the end. Wes Ward and Tristan Falk is either going to start in the middle of the circle here for the tip. And the tip is up, and we're underway. Perry springs it up the floor to Miller. Miller looking around to Murphy in the corner. Murphy dribble now. Oh, he's got one going the other way. Pass it to Miller. Miller looking up top. Gives it to Kellen. Miller's looking
Stars
somewhere.
like to switch
Murphy.
on defense.
Paris in the corner. Paris for three. He's got it. Paris for three. First shot of the game.
Yeah, that's good, solid patience by the Bruins there.
Bruins already coming out in the front press. Weibo brings up the middle. It's a triple trap. They can't get it. Marcus Fortner drives in. Trying to look. Gets it out to Folk. Folk's got nothing. Good D by Paris. Miller all over Gavin Hawkins here. Sophomore versus the senior. Out to Fortner. Ward trying to stay with him. Can't get it. Taken. Oh, but the foul.
Yeah, that looks like a little bit of a mismatch there with Ward on Fortner. I don't know if that was a switch or if that's just what they're going with. Weibo's pretty small, so there's not really a natural matchup for Wes.
No, yeah, Dylan trying to play hard defense here early, just gets unlucky with the foul call. Fortner shooting two. It makes a first. Fortner up with the second. It's good. Tri-West now has a 3-2 lead. Ryan Miller brings up the floor. Miller's looking up top, pass it to Murphy. Murphy down the middle at the wing. Ward in the middle. What a pass. Paris behind. It's good.
Yeah,
that's another two for him.
Yeah, that was a nice find right there. Good cut. Good finish.
The Bruins played a man-to-man press. They're looking. Ward reaches in. He's going to get a tip on it.
Yeah, you got to be active with the hands, but not reach. Pick up cheap fouls.
Folk picks up his dribble. Miller overcommits, but the shot won't go. Dakin with the rebound. Dakin pushing it up the floor. Bruins looking for something. Paris at the top. Pass it to Miller. Miller in the corner. Pulls it back out. Paris at the top of the key looking for something here. Murphy gonna know. Miller a deep three. Won't go. West tries to get the rebound. Tips it out. But Weibo comes up with it. Folk brings it up the floor. Paris all over this guy, man.
Yeah, so far the Bruins are doing a great job of ball pressure, but not fouling. They got to be very careful not to get those hands in there and get cheap fouls.
Fortner cuts down low, but gets the bucket to go.
That's a good take by Fortner. It was kind of a breakdown on the dribble there, and he finds Fortner underneath, and he just happened to be in the right place at the right time.
That's the foul going to be charged towards Caden Murphy, his first of the game.
Yeah, you know, I was mentioning the ball pressure, and that's really a great thing to see. You just got to be careful not to get those cheapies.
Fortner makes his free throw, ties up the game here 5-5 with 5:44 left. Murphy at the Paris. Dakin on the wing. Swings it to Miller. Miller in the corner. Wide open. It's good. Folk brings up the floor. Paris putting his body on the line here on Folk. Folk can outrun him. Miller gets him in the trap. Paris with the contest. Won't go. Paris tries to get the rebound. Murphy comes up with it. It's a scramble. Miller's going to get it. Or can he? It's dribbling out of bounds. It's going to be out on the Bruins.
Yeah, sometimes those long shots create long rebounds right there, and Ryan Miller did a great job of trying to block out, but no one ever really secured the ball. Dribbles out of bounds.
Sam Parsons coming in for your Bruins. Coming out is Kellen Dakin. Weibo ends about at the 10-second line. Into Fortner. Parsons, again, one of these young guys, one of these sophomores, playing some hard defense. Up on Fortner to Westerfield. Paris all over him. Going nowhere. The switch. Fortner looking inside. He drives. Westwood with the block. Paris recovers it. Up the floor. Oh, but Westerfield intercepts the pass.
Boy, the Bruins are doing a great job of sitting down in good defensive stance, moving their feet. Really locked in right now. now on the defensive end.
Webo slows on the play, but Fortner wide open in the corner. Paris contest, won't go. Westerfield over the back of Ken Murphy. Westerfield over him, draws a foul, but the shot won't go. That's another.
Both teams are playing really hard right now.
That's another thing, man. I'm looking over to this left, man. This Bruin den over here is going crazy with these fans.
Yeah,
it's going to be a hard game for Webo. It's going to be a hard game for Webo to come through. Coming back into the game for Bruins is Kellen Dakin. And coming in for Webo is number 11, Eli Mitchell. Coming out of the game is number 12, Luke Atkins for the Stars.
Yeah, Coach Oakley doesn't go real deep in his bench. I think he only goes about 7 deep.
Westfield gets one to go, but misses a second. Harris brings it up the floor. Getting set up in the play here. Parsons up on the wing to Dakin. Dakin contested three, but gets it to go! These guys looking really good for the perimeter right now. Dakin, hard on him. Out of bounds on the Bruins. Gonna stay with Webo.
Yeah, another outside shot for the Bruins. That's a good sign when you get a couple of threes to drop early.
Webo under the basket. Inbounded to number 10, Quinn Westfield, but won't go. Paris pushing up the floor. They're looking for something. To Parsons, to Ward. Ward tries to drive, spin move. Gets it to Paris. Paris a contested three, won't go. Dakin running for the rebound. Off Westerfield, but Westerfield. Oh, it's off of Kellen Dakin.
I didn't see that. That sure looked like it was off of a Webo player there.
It looked like to me that it slipped out of Hawkins' hands.
Yeah.
But it looks like the ref saw something different.
You know, on that play down there previously, Wes Ward didn't get a block, but he sure altered the shot of the Webo Stars, and you can see he's making a big impact in the paint.
Westfield trying to drive, nothing there. Overshot. Paris comes down with the rebound. Oh, this guy's already falling on the ground. Westford out to Kellen Dakin. Dakin won't go. Paris with an athletic rebound.
Yeah, nice offensive rebound. Get a reset here.
Parsons drives, won't go off the glass. Trap him on the baseline. Hawkins will take the easy route, throws it off of Westford's shin.
Well, this is a really fast-paced game right now. Both teams are getting up and down the floor, and you wonder, as I said, with Webo only going about 7 deep, does that play into the hands of the Bruins, who may have a much deeper bench?
Bruins bring in another tall guy here, Parker Anderson. Webo up at the top, Hawkins with it. Webo going to set a screen, doesn't work. Hawkins at the top of the key. Fortner, Miller playing hard defense. Fortner gets it to Eli Mitchell. Mitchell drives up and over. Whoa, get it to go. Anderson almost through the hands and out of bounds, but Westford recovers. Dakin to Paris. Paris, no, look at the Ward. Ward for three. Off the front of the rim. Anderson. Oh, but a foul looks like to go on Anderson. Might be over the back.
Yeah, I got a little overzealous there trying to get a hand on the ball to tip it back out. He didn't have really great position. It was good effort, but he definitely was out of position on that rebound.
Sam Parsons resubbing back into the game for West Ward. 2:46 left to play here. Bruins up 11-6. Webo inbounds it to Eli Mitchell. Mitchell looking for someone across the middle. Gives it to Hawkins. Hawkins trying to call something up, but Paris picks him up right at the 10-second line. Hawkins drives. Tries to get some. Just rolls out.
Yeah, that's
But
one of those
Tristan
plays right there where the defense rotated over. And when they rotated over, they were out of position to block out on the miss. Guy from Webo crashes in and gets the layup.
Parker Anderson goes up with the layup and gets the shot to drop.
Yeah, nice little dump down into the block there. Nice little drop step move. Finish with contact. Get the end one.
Coming into the game for your Bruins, number 15, Eric Dean. Coming out, it's Kellen Dakin. Anderson misses his free throw. Quinn Westerfield comes out with the rebound. 2:15 left to play in the first. Westerfield, gets Paris going the other way. Tries to drive. Gets the floater to go.
Yeah, nice little teardrop floater to get in the lane there. You can't give up the penetration into the lane. Yeah, a little turnover right there. Yeah, you want to try to stop that drive, force some sideline, baseline. Don't let him get into the middle there. That's a nice little shot there.
Paris up on number 3 of Gavin Hawkins, all over him, but he's going to get called for a block.
Yeah, you kind of wondered when that was going to come. The Bruins are really pressuring out far away from the basket. That puts them into the bonus here.
Yeah, even though the Bruins are playing hard and fast, but they're getting too scrappy here on the fouls. Puts Gavin Hawkins at the free throw line for the bonus. Hawkins makes that one. Kellen Dakin comes into the game for Jackson Paris.
Yeah, it looks like Weibo's starting to settle in a little bit here. Handling that pressure pretty well by the Bruins. Tri-West needs to be patient down on the offensive end and work their stuff.
Hawkins makes his second, makes it a 1-point game here with 1:51 left to play in the first. Anderson inbounds to Miller. Miller brings it up the court. Miller to Parsons. Back to Miller at the top of the key. Pick from Anderson. Miller drives. Pull-up jumper. Just in and out. Dean forces it away. Can't get to Hawkins, but they get the steal. Dean pump fakes. It's up. No good off the front. Fortner comes down with the rebound.
You want to see him keep going there. He pulled up in the lane, which isn't all bad, but try to go up and finish through contact there.
Fortner sitting up top the wing, trying to see if some can materialize here. Out to Eli Mitchell. And Weibo's going to get called for a travel. Going to be the Tri-West Bruins basketball. Back into the game for Bruins, number 20, Wes Ward. Miller brings it up the floor. Out to Parsons on the wing. Parsons back to Miller across the court. Miller looking for something. Ward with the fake, and it's away from Miller. Tristan Folk brings it up to Fortner.
Weibo's doing a nice job of jamming the screens, which means they're denying the handoff on this ball screen.
Fortner drives into the lane, spinning against the 6'8 center. We'll get it to, they pull it back out to Gavin Hawkins. 37 seconds left to play in the quarter. Westerfield up with the shot, won't go. Dagan comes down with the rebound. And a foul on Eli Mitchell right under the basket.
Yeah, that's one of those ones where you're just probably frustrated more than anything. Silly little foul. It's only the second one on the Stars, though.
Dakin inbounds to Miller. Across the 10-second line with 30 seconds left to play. Sam Parsons gives it to Dakin. Dakin runs it back across to Miller. West looking up center. Bounce pass under the jumper. Back to Miller. Miller drives to Eric Dean. Dean back to Miller. 13 seconds left. Miller, deep three. Off the front of the rim. Parsons with the rebound, though. Won't get it to go. West Ward tries to get it back. Won't get to go. Fortner up to Westerfield. Westerfield can't get to go. Again, taking a cheap shot off West Ward. Bouncing off of him for the out-of-bounds play.
Yeah, pretty unfortunate there for the Bruins that they weren't able to get something to drop right there. That's good offensive action.
2.5 seconds here for the Stars. Gonna have to make something happen quick.
Got to watch baseline cutters here.
Westfield looking for something. Gets out to Tristan Folk. It's off Folk's hands, and it's going to the Bruins with a second left in the quarter. Looks like Weibo's going to try and press up, so they can't get a shot here. Half-court shot. Dakin just a bit off. And so your score at the end of the first quarter, 13 Bruins, 12 Weibo Stars. Man, Mr. Spears, this is going to be a great game, I think, we're going to see tonight.
Yeah, I mean, the action there in the first quarter was fast-paced. Both teams pushed really hard. I saw a lot of good stuff on both ends of the court. Tri-West really impressed me with how aggressive they came out on offense. Sitting down in defensive stance, moving the feet, staying active with the hands. Really didn't get too many fouls out away from the basket. got to make sure that you're not extending the defense too far out, that you create driving lanes for the offense. And that's what we saw Webo be able to do a couple times, was break that defense down, get to the bucket, make the defense rotate, and that's where you can get those cheap fouls like what we saw underneath.
No, yeah, these Bruins, they keep cutting inside, getting the defense to collapse on itself like you were saying. That leaves one man wide open, and one of those men in the first quarter was Jackson Paris. Came out firing with 5 points in the first 2 minutes.
Yeah, a couple of threes dropped early for the Bruins, which again is really good sign. Hopefully that kind of stretches the Webo defense out some. We'll see some cutters. I know there was one offensive possession down here where Ryan Miller handed the ball off to Wes Ward and if he'd have made a little bit harder cut, probably would have been there. I don't know if that's what they were looking for though, but you're going to see the lane open up for the Bruins as they hit those outside shots.
The Western Boone Stars going to start this quarter with the ball. Folk inbounds it to number 3, Gavin Hawkins. Hawkins tries to drive, almost loses the ball to Folk up top of the key. Ward on top of Folk. Westerfield drives, kicks it out to Fortner. Fortner in the corner. Amari Blakely all over him. Another young guy. Amari with the switches to Miller on the Hawkins, excuse me. Westerfield pump fakes.
Got to talk there.
The Fortner in the corner. Fortner pump fakes again. Back to Westerfield. Westerfield looking for something here. Can't get it to go. Mitchell takes a shot. In and out. Number 22, Daniel Thomas, comes down with the rebound. To Blakely. Blakely for 3. Just overshot. But Ward gets the rebound. Back to Miller. Miller lobs it back up to Ward. Ward looking for the post.
Yeah, that looked like one of the first times they've got Wes Ward down on the block. Oh, what a great move.
Wes Ward, a little bit of Abdul-Jabbar in him with a hook shot in the and one.
Yeah, that was a nice shot. That was one of the first offensive sets where I've seen the Bruins have Wes Ward posted up. They fed him the ball down low. He made a nice little move, threw it up with the left hand, got the M1.
One thing I've noticed again at the start of this second quarter, the Bruins reaching deep in their bench again. 2 guys, first time seeing the floor. Number 2, Amari Blakely. Number 22, Daniel Thomas. Both freshmen. Ward misses the free throw. Webo brings it up the floor. Hand off to Fortner. Fortner looks like he's got nothing. He's looking. Cuts inside. Can't get to go. Back at number 12, Luke Adkins. Airballed over the rim. Dakin comes down with the rebound. Dakin out to Miller. Shovel to Daniel Thomas. Thomas wide open in the corner. It's good. There's 3.
Nice finish. Oh,
Thomas with the steal to Blakely. And he's going to draw the foul.
Boy, these Bruins are pumped up. These guys are coming in off the bench playing hard. That was a great drive and a kick out for that 3. And then just a lazy inbounds by Webo leads to a turnover.
Miller calling the play from out of bounds under the basket. Lobs it to Ward. Ward hands it to Miller. Miller, quick 3. Off the rim. But Thomas again with the rebound. But we'll get it to go.
No block out by the Stars there.
Webo trying to wrestle the rebound, but Dakin wrestles with it. Gets the jump, and it's going to stay with the Bruins.
Good job by the Bruins by being scrappy, playing smart, playing hard.
This freshman, Daniel Thomas, man, everywhere I look, I see him flying towards the ball. This guy looks like he really wants to play here. Coming into the game for your Bruins, number 10, Jackson Paris. Coming out, it's Drew Miller. Or Ryan Miller, excuse me.
I'm sure that's the first time he's been called Drew.
Lob again to Ward. Oh, but it's stolen by Westerfield. Westerfield gives it to Hawkins. Hawkins drives down the lane. Euro steps. Lobs it. Gets the basket.
Yeah, that's one right there where you'd really like to see one of your guys step up and take a charge. I mean, he put his head down and he went right to the basket. If somebody could have slid over and take the contact, get the charge. Otherwise, you get the little swipe, the ticky-tack, and now you got the M1.
This is one of these guys you said to watch here. Like we said, he's already up to 16.5 points per game this year, but misses that free throw. Bruins on a fast break. Blakely brings it up. Blakely passes to Dakin. Dakin to Ward up top. Ward shovel pass to Paris. Paris pump fakes. Instead takes a shot just off the rim. Fortner with the rebound.
Yeah, that's a contested three right there. Pretty quick in the offensive set. There you saw Blakely try to take a charge there, and it disrupted everything.
Blakely tried to take the charge, like he said, but gets the assist to Dakin, and Dakin for 3. Bruins really starting to stretch their legs here with 5:30 left in the second, up by 7, 21-14. Blakely all
right there. Yeah, I got to be careful.
Daniel Thomas tried to get the trap there, but gets called on a foul.
Yeah, I'm just really impressed so far right now by the Bruins' ability to be able to play quick but under control. There's a saying in basketball that John Wooden used to say, be quick, don't hurry, right? And so you really want your kids to play hard, fast, but under control, and I really think the Bruins are doing a great job of that right now.
5:30 left in this first half, folks. Weebo with the ball, and again, Blakely going to get charged with a block.
Yeah, you just got to move your feet there, kind of back off a little bit. You're beyond half court. There's no reason to be playing up that hard.
Hawkins takes it up the floor. Looking for a pick here at center court. We'll get it. Blakely, hands up. Anderson jumps early. Won't get it. And it's a scramble. Harris comes up with a rebound. Almost gets it stolen. He does. Fortner comes out with the ball. Tommy Strine tries to call timeout. Can't get it. And the jump ball's going to go to Weebo.
Coach better be careful over there. He looks like he might stroke out.
Coming into the game, Caden Murphy and Drew Miller for your Bruins.
You know, I want to point something out. Kellen Dakin did a great job out here in the open court of calling out a screen to Amari, and it really helped kind of facilitate that exchange at the top of the key.
Hawkins tried to shovel it to Luke Atkinson in the corner, but he slips away from him. It's going to be Bruins ball under the basket.
And this is a point right here where you'd really like to see the Bruins run some offense, get a good clean look, get a couple passes in your set. You're up 7. See if you can push it to double digits here.
5 minutes left here in the first half. Dakin up top, pass it to Miller. Miller, he's looking. Gets it to Murphy. Murphy inside the 3, gives it to Anderson. Anderson floater over 2 defenders and gets a 2.
And that's exactly what you're talking about right there. You ran a little bit of action, you got the ball reversed, you got a ball screen. There's a great job by Caden Murphy.
Great job by Caden Murphy, staying disciplined and staying home. Gets the charge to go, and Bruins back with the basketball. That's going to force Weebo into a timeout here. With 4:38 left to play, your Bruins up 23-14.
Yeah, great job right there. That's kind of what I was referencing earlier about stepping up and taking the charge. Weebo's going hard to the basket off the perimeter, and they're just putting their head down and driving hard. So if Tri-West has a guy that can slide over, get in position, brace himself, he can't be moving, right? You're going to get that block call. But I tell you what, right there, Caden Murphy did a great job of stepping in and taking that charge.
But yeah, we've seen up here, like you keep saying, these Bruins like to play hard and they like to play up on these guys. But these Weebo, these point guards and these guards, they got some speed. And like we saw up here, Gavin Hawkins pushed on Amari Blakely and got the block called on him. But like you said, great job from Murphy here, stepping up and taking the charge, taking advantage of that uncontrolled speed and get the charge call.
Yeah, and again, in this timeout, Coach Strine's probably talking to his guys about take care of the ball, keep continuing to guard your yard, move your feet, don't reach, don't get silly fouls, run your stuff on offense, be patient. We've seen almost every time that the Bruins have had the ball in the half court, when they've run their stuff, they've got good looks. They just got to be patient, don't settle for the quick shot, because then you play into Weebo's hands that way.
Players return to the floor here after the timeout. It's going to be Bruin ball under the basket with 4:38 left to play. Ryan Miller brings it up the floor. Eli Mitchell already picking him up. They're trying to trap. Dakin gets it back to Miller, to Thomas. Thomas cross court to Dakin. Dakin, quick shot behind the arc. It's good. There's another 3.
Yeah, like you said, Weebo tried running a little trap, a little pressure up top. Bruins did a great job of rotating the ball, finding the open shooter.
The Fortner tried to get it out before he fell, but they're going to get him on the travel first.
Yeah, a little out of control right there.
Miller brings it up the floor. He's looking for something here. Looking for something. Murphy gives it back to Miller. Thank you, Miller. Looks like they're trying to run out some clock here. Stolen by Gavin Hawkins. Hawkins up the floor. Miller. Oh! Anderson with the block. But Mitchell gonna get the rebound and gets the 2. Miller to Daniel Thomas. And the refs are gonna call a travel. Returning to the floor here for your Bruins. Number 20, Wes Ward. Number 10, Jackson Paris. Hawkins to Fortner. Fortner in the corner. Dylan Sheets tries to drive here. Diggins tries to get the steal. Can't get it. Eli Mitchell pulls it back out to Hawkins. Hawkins looking for something. Tries to drive against Daniel Thomas. Can't see anything. Westerfield, it's up. And it's good. There's a 3 from Weibo. Daniel Thomas for your Bruins brings it up the floor to Kellen Dickens. Dickens drives low. Won't get it to go. Rebound comes down with Gavin Hawkins. Push up the floor. No foul called. Peerless picks it up. Dickens pulls up the short jumper. Won't go. Oh, it will go. And an injury timeout for Gavin Hawkins. I couldn't really see it. I could see if he tripped or if Kellen Dickens actually got to him there.
Yeah, it was hard to tell if he got really hit or if he tried to act himself into the foul. I mean, if he's acted into it, he's doing a great job here. I couldn't really honestly tell if he got hit or not, but he sure felt like he got poked in the eye.
Sam Parsons coming onto the floor for Kellen Dickens.
Settle in here.
Weibo's coach getting pretty fired up here. The referee telling him to calm down. Weibo under the basket, inbounded to Hawkins. Hawkins in the corner, looking for a trap. Won't get it. Mitchell to Fortner. Fortner pushing it. Fortner almost trips and falls. Parsons on the inside, but it's going to get called for a reach.
Yeah, that was a really great job there initially, and they just got a little overzealous there on the reach.
Foul committed by number 0 Parsons. His first. Team score.
Weibo inbounds it to Hawkins. Hawkins driving up, pulls it back out to Dylan Sheets. Sheets drives, goes up against 3 Bruins defenders, and gets called for a foul.
Yeah, I didn't see what happened there, but it looked like a breakdown. Sheets caught the ball on the wing. No one was there. He just drove right in, got the contact.
Sheets shooting 2 here. He's going to miss the first. Kind of like in that women's game, Weibo, they missed 2 free throws already compared to Tri-West 1. And if we look at that, this would only be a 6-point game. As you said last game, these free throws can add up at some point in time.
Yeah, absolutely.
Sheets makes a second, though, making this an 8-point game with 2:43 left to play. Miller brings it up the floor. Miller dump to Dakin. Dakin looks, pull-up jumper from the top, off the front. Ward gonna come down the rebound, but it's stripped by Gavin Hawkins. But Dylan Thomas played scrappy. He's gonna get it. Oh! Just couldn't get it before it went out of bounds.
Yeah, good effort there to try to get that back. Just couldn't secure it.
Number 2, Amari Blakely.
Coming into the game for your Bruins, number 2, Amari Blakely, and Weibo's gonna have it under the basket.
Looks like Tri-West is setting up in a man press here.
Westerfield.
Trying to slow him down.
Westerfield slowly brings up the floor, and now he speeds it up. Out to Sheets. Oh, Paris trips and falls. Sheets drives. No foul called. Paris up to Miller. Miller to Westward. Oh, just rolled in and out.
Looked like he got caught in between wanting to dunk it and lay it up.
Amari Blakely playing some good defense, and he's not going to get the block this time, and Hawkins throws it out of bounds.
Boy, you can tell Hawkins is really getting frustrated. He's getting a lot of pressure from Jackson Paris, and he's really trying to push the action a little bit here. Just got a little out of control.
2 minutes left to play here in halftime, or before halftime. Bruins up 8 points, 28-20. Dakin gives it to Miller. Miller looking for the play to form. Paris up at the free throw line, fakes it, tries to feed it to Wes Ward, but double covered.
Yeah, you could tell Wes was a little disappointed with that pass. He was being doubled. It was the right idea, but you got to read that double team.
Fortner getting triple teamed in the paint, gonna get stolen by Keller taking Paris with a three. It's good. He's back on the board. Paris took him a little bit, but he's back on the board for three, extending this Bruin lead to 11. Fortner brings up the floor. Paris hard on him. Dakin looking behind, can't get the steal. Blakely tries to come in and play coverage. Westerfield gets Westward to jump. Westward with the block!
Great block by Wes.
Dakin slows it down, lets his players get down the floor. Dakin drives wide open lane, and that's a free layup. 1 minute left to play here before halftime.
Great job by Kellen, recognizing no one was stopping the ball, so he just went all the way to the basket and laid it in.
Quinn Westerfield looking for something here. Pass it to Sheets. Dakin getting a little handsy there, reaching. Blakely all over Gavin Hawkins. Hawkins drives, looks for the floater, wide over the glass, but Eli Mitchell with the rebound and the putback. Miller drives it up the floor with just 30 seconds left to play. Blakely back to Miller, looking for a screen. Miller is for Ward. He gets it. Miller tried to dump it back to Ward, but couldn't get it. Sheets with the steal and up for the layup. Oh, he misses it! Sheets misses the wide open layup. Bruins back with the ball. Miller to Dakin. Dakin for the three. Bang!
Yes, sir.
Kellen Dakin with the three. Capitalizes on the missed layup.
Yeah, that was a great job right there. It was a mad scramble. I really think that the pace that Tri-West is forcing this game to be played at is really benefiting them, and it's really frustrating Weibo right now. They can't get any rhythm on offense. They're having to scramble on defense, and for the most part, the Bruins have made them pay with wide open shots, dumping the ball down low. They're really getting it going on both ends of the floor right now.
No, yeah, it's like you said earlier, too. Hawkins really getting beat up out here on defense. He's one of their big guys, like we said, averaging 16.5 points per game this year. They've shut him down, as well as Quinn Westerfield. Weibo looking to just get to halftime here and look for some to come up with.
Yeah, this is going to be a key little part right here to see if the Bruins can get a stop and keep this at a 14-point game.
14 seconds left here before halftime. Bruins up 36-22. Weibo's got it under the basket.
You got to watch for something long here.
Mitchell's inbound to the Fortner. Fortner to Hawkins. 12 seconds left on the clock. Hawkins, slowly but surely, he's looking for some. Gets out to Westfield. Westfield for three. It's good. 3 seconds left. Blakely pushes it. Blakely, half court, just short. And going into halftime, your Bruins have an 11-point lead, up 36-25 on the Western Boone Stars.
Yeah, great first half there by the Bruins. Like I said at that timeout, they really did a nice job of dictating the pace of play. For the most part, they were pretty patient. They did a really great job of playing solid defense, moving their feet, not getting cheap fouls. You have to see if they can keep up that pace in the second half. That takes a lot out of you. But having that depth that the Bruins have, hopefully will wear down the Stars for the second half.
No, yeah, like you said, these Bruins got really good depth, incorporating Eric Deed and Daniel Thomas and Maury Blakely, a few freshmen there, just to name a few. Like we said before, the question was, will these young guys step up? I think they certainly have.
Yeah, absolutely. We'll be back in just a minute with the halftime recap. the audio.
Please welcome our first and second grade student athletes. Let's hear it, Bruin fans. Please welcome our third and fourth grade participants. Finally, our fifth and sixth grade boys student athletes. Let's give them all a big round of applause for their commitment to the game and their dedication to improving every day. Whether they're on the court or cheering for the fans, these athletes are the heart and soul of the basketball community. Let's hear it for them as we get ready for the second half. Your Youth Basketball League.
All right, welcome back to the Bruin Den. We're at halftime here, 36-25. The Bruins are up on the Stars here. You know, Lane, as we get ready to look toward the second half, I think what we're going to really have to look at is a couple of key things. Number one, can the Bruins continue to push the tempo the way that they were able to control it in the first half? Can they operate their offense, and can they play without fouling? those key things I think will determine how this second half goes.
No, yeah, I definitely agree. Two players that stood out to me that defined that perfectly was Daniel Thomas and Amari Blakely. I mean, these two freshmen, even though they're coming off the bench, they're putting in their hard work in the time that they're given. And one thing I really noticed with Wes Ward, with how good he is in the paint, and with him being probably going to be one of their biggest scorers this year, they've really locked him down the middle, and they're more focused on him, double teaming him in the paint, which I think has really opened up shots for like Kellen Dakin and Ryan Miller and Jackson Paris, which is getting them a lot of outside the arc shots, and they're getting them to fall.
Yeah, absolutely. And I really think that what we're going to see is if we can keep this pace up in the second half, play without fouling, it'll wear Weibo down, they'll continue to make mistakes, and hopefully you can take an 11-point lead and build on it in the third quarter. Go in up a little comfortable in the fourth quarter, give yourself a little bit of margin in case you suffer a little bit of a setback.
Yes, I do agree. Even though these Bruins are playing really fast and playing really hard defense, I think they do need to tone it down a little bit, as in the first quarter they gave them a bonus. But even though with that bonus, it's still wearing these Weibo stars down pretty big.
Yep. Just about a minute away here to the start of the third quarter, so we will step away one last time and come back with the start of third quarter action here in just a minute. All right, as we get ready to start third quarter action here, it looks like it's going to be the Bruins' ball to start here.
Bruins inbounding here to Miller. Miller looking up top to start the second half. Digging outside the wing, tries to lob it to Ward. Ward heavily defended there by Tristan Falk.
Yeah, not the way you want to start the second half there with a turnover.
Gavin Hawkins at the top, trying to work around Miller, but Miller playing great defense. Westerfield looking in the corner, picks up his dribble. Hawkins tries to drive, but Miller picks up the steal. And great defense there by Ryan Miller. Digging in the corner, contested shot, won't go. And Marcus Fortner comes out with the rebound for the Stars.
Nice job of Ryan Miller there on defense, getting his hand in the passing lane.
Paris trying to play hard defense here on Fortner, but that left number 11, Eli Mitchell, open in the corner for three. Miller to Ward up top of the key. Paris looking for something, keeps pump faking, just dumps it to Dakin. Dakin in the corner, trying to feed it to Wes Ward, but Quinn Westerfield gets a good defense, gets good defense on it. Ward gets it in the middle, but Eli Mitchell gonna be charged with a push. Coming into
patience right there.
Coming into the game for your Bruins, number 22, Daniel Thomas. Coming out of the game's number 1, Kellen Dakin.
Yeah, sorry about that, Lane. Good patience right there by the Bruins, trying to get the ball into Wes Ward, reset, throw it down in there.
Inbounded to Ward. Ward hands it to Thomas. Thomas drives, looks up, can't get it to go. Thomas trying to come down with his own rebound, but Fulk prevails to be stronger. Fulk picks up his dribble. Thomas trying to stay on Westerfield. Westerfield looking for something here. Fortner at the top of the key. Fortner tries to drive. Murphy playing our defense, tries to fade away. I think Wes Ward got a finger in there, and the shot won't go. Paris fades up the floor to Miller. Miller can touch a shot on Hawkins. Just long. Hawkins pushes it down the floor. One-on-one here with Paris. Paris gets the block. Ward picks it up, and Paris and the Bruins are running back down the floor.
Yeah, we can't fall in love with the three-point shot right here. We've taken a couple of quick threes here early. Got to run the offense, be patient, let things happen organically.
Bruins moving it around here at the top of the key. Thomas holds it right now. Pick from West Ward. Ward trying to roll. Can't get it, but it opens the lane for Thomas. Thomas with a great athletic layup there for 2.
Yeah, nice take right there to the dish and a good finish.
Thomas playing good D on Folk here. He dishes it back to Eli Mitchell. Mitchell brings it up the floor. Miller on top of Hawkins. Hawkins trying to look for something here. The switch. Now Paris on Hawkins. Hawkins tries to drive. Dumps it out to Eli Mitchell. Mitchell saves it from going out of bounds. Tosses it to Quinn Westerfield. Westfield back to the corner to Hawkins. Hawkins tries to drive. Thomas denies. Paris puts a hand up. Won't go. Paris brings up the floor to Thomas. Thomas looks. Dump to Miller. Miller fakes the 3. Pulls it back out. Gives pass to Paris. Paris, what a pass to Caden Murphy!
That's beautiful basketball right there. See, that's exactly what I'm talking about there. Ryan Miller gets the ball down there in the corner, waits, makes a good pass, rotates the ball, a good layup.
What a block from West Ward! West Ward coming back for the defensive play, gets the block off the glass. Murphy to Ward in the middle. Ward spins out to wide open Miller for 3, just short. Hawkins gives it to Mitchell. Mitchell brings up the floor. Thomas picks him up. Thomas reaching, he gets a good block. Who's it going to be? It's going to be the Western Boone Stars ball off of David Thomas.
Boy, Coach Oakley was livid. He thought that was a goaltend there on West Ward. It was close. I think he got it on the way up.
But no, yeah, I thought it was amazing. West Ward got beat down here by Gavin Westfield. Dumps it to Gavin Hawkins, and West Ward just comes out of nowhere like Superman and blocks it off the glass. Rebo inbounds it to Mitchell. Mitchell steps on the baseline. And the Bruins are going to get the ball back.
Yeah, great job there by Daniel Thomas of forcing his guys to the baseline, not letting him go, forcing him to step out of bounds.
Miller slowly brings it up the floor. Murphy cuts to the top. Dump to Dakin, now to Miller. Ward wide open at the top of the key. Looking at Miller. Miller wide open 3. Just short. Dakin tries to get the rebound. Can't get to go. Westerfield comes down with it. Westerfield pushes it up the floor. Westerfield dumps to Hawkins. Kellen right on top of Hawkins. Just shoves it to Fortner. Fortner, he's looking back and forth. He's spinning, he's dancing, he picks up his dribble, and now heavily covered here in the corner. Not a great spot to be. Hawkins tries to get to Mitchell on the block. Can't get it. Mitchell behind the back pass. Luckily gets out to Tristan Folk. Dakin tries to kick it out. Westward in the corner, but Hawkins gets it back. Hodgson tries to save it. It's a dive. Thomas 1-on-1 with Tristan Folk, freshman versus senior. The freshman's going to get 2.
Great job right there. The recovery by West Ward to get the block out there. The mad scramble for the ball. Bruins beat him to it.
Dakin with a tip. Thomas comes flying in. Thomas again for 2. Weebo definitely rattled by that. They're going to take a timeout, and the court is getting stormed for the performance of Daniel Thomas so far in the second half.
Boy, that's a lot of great effort right there by the Bruins. As I was mentioning, West Ward scrambles into the corner, makes the block, mad scramble for the ball. They get it. They push in transition and finish, like you said down there, the freshman going in hard, young fella, going to the hoop.
No, yeah, Daniel Thomas. I'm pretty sure he's new to the school this year, man. But he is looking like a great player that's going to be playing here for a lot more time in the future.
Yeah, and this timeout right here, Weebo, Coach Oakley's trying to settle his kids down a little bit here. They came out in the third quarter, went toe for toe, did a pretty good job. But you can see, as we've said multiple times tonight, the pace that the Bruins are dictating on this game is why the score is what it is right now. And I think we're going to continue to see that so long as we don't get into foul trouble.
No, yeah, these guys got a lot of balls on the floor right now. These guys are looking really fast and physical. Weebo starts with the basketball under the basket. Bruins already looks like they're in the press here. Hawkins back to Folk. Folk back to Hawkins. Hawkins, he's looking for something. He looks clueless out here. Folk pushes it back up the middle. They get across the 10-second line. Hawkins back to Folk. Folk at the top of the key. Out to Sheets. Wide open in the corner. Pump fakes. It gets the layup to go.
Boy, that was an awkward looking shot. Looked like he kind of pushed it in, But hey, doesn't matter what it looks like going in.
Number 2, Blakely brings up the floor at to Paris. Shoves it to Thomas. Thomas back to Blakely. West Ward sets to pick up top. Blakely looking for something. Out to Dakin. Dakin, he's looking. Lobs it to Ward. Ward grabs it out of the air. Shoving Westfield back. Ward dumps it. Gets the ball to go on Daniel Thomas.
Yeah, Lane, you can really tell that the game plan by the Stars against Wes Ward, anytime he's on the block, they're doubling. They're sending a guy hard, and Wes is doing a great job of getting the ball on the block and looking for the open guy. That time, it was Thomas or Blakely, one of the two, that cut hard, was able to get to the basket and get the contact.
Daniel Thomas makes his first free throw. Parker Anderson coming into the game for West Ward. Thomas making both free throws, and Bruins right back up on the ball. Sheets pushing down the floor. Paris right on him. Collapsing hound of Bruins. Amari Blakely going to come out with the steal. Blakely, but Sheets comes back behind Blakely. Blakely recovers. Just can't get it to go. Blakely tries to get his own rebound. Bounces out of bounds.
Yeah, good effort there. He just couldn't get it to go.
Ryan Miller checking into the game for Kellen Dakin for your Bruins.
Tri-West going to continue this little man press. Kind of slow Weibo down. Put a little bit of pressure on him.
Weibo inbounds at the Hawkins. Hawkins trying to work Blakely over. They try to trap. They find an open gap. Folk into Fortner. A pretty good pass. Tries to pump fake, but Parker Anderson going to get called for the foul.
Yeah, you can see that time on the press, Tri-West tried to send the trap on the first pass. That's something that sometimes you'll do with a full court press, as the coach will say, all right, we're going to run our press, we're going to run trap first pass. And you want to trap hard so they can't get the ball to rotate. Unfortunately, that time Weibo was able to break the press, get up the court, and get the foul there.
Marcus Fortner makes his first free throw. And the second one as well. With 2 minutes 10 left to play, the Bruins still up here 46-32 as Amari Blakely brings it up the floor. Hawkins now playing aggressive defense on Ryan Miller. Looks like these two guards up here, Fortner and Hawkins, really playing hard on these guards. Blakely, a step back three. Just outside, but Thomas goes back up, doesn't get the foul call. Miller comes back with a rebound. Paris with the three. This time it won't go either.
Yeah, a couple of good looks there, just couldn't get either of those to drop.
Hawkins heavily defended by Paris. Bruins trying to crash down. Parker Anderson comes up with the steal. Gives it to Paris. Paris pushed it up the floor for the Bruins.
Yeah, good job by Parker Anderson rotating over there to get that steal.
Sends it to Miller. Amari Blakely drives. Little floater, and it's good.
Well, you can really tell these guards for Tri-West are not intimidated going to the basket.
Blakely flicks up Folk up at the 10-second line. Paris gets a hand in there, but it's going to roll out of bounds.
That time Tri-West had three guys up top, and if Weibo would have been able to get a pass over the defense, someone probably would have been wide open. But that just shows you what pressure does to players. It really messes up the timing, makes it difficult for a team to get in their flow.
Weibo inbounds at the Fortner. Thomas all over him. Fortner tries to drive. Gets a foul called and the end one.
Yeah, that's one there where you gamble a little bit. You get beat off the drive, force the defense to have to rotate. Somebody's just a step late getting over.
Amari Blakely caught on the foul, his third of the game. Fortner misses the free throw. Anderson comes down with the rebound. Miller brings up the court for the Bruins. Miller fakes one way, drives the other. He's looking, gives it to Anderson. Anderson driving in on Westerfield. Miller back up top, trying to look for something. Thomas looking.
Yeah,
oh, they're going to call him on the travel.
A little happy there with the feet. Got going a little too quick.
Coming into the game for your Bruins, number 11, Caden Murphy. Amari Blakely coming out. Just 50 seconds left to play here. This is still a pretty close game. Bruins up by 14, 48-34.
Yeah, only 2 team fouls right now for the Bruins, so you continue to be aggressive. You don't want to pick up cheap fouls to put them into the bonus, but you can certainly continue to play your aggressive style of defense.
Hawkins tried to run with the ball, couldn't get it, and couldn't get the layup to go. Pierce was out with the rebound to Anderson, back up to Miller. Miller to Murphy in the corner. Miller, deep three. Won't go, overshot. Hawkins was down with the rebound. Folk pushes up the floor. Nice pass, Westfield. Parker Anderson with the rejection.
Yeah, that was a great pass there by Weibo to the cutting man, but Parker Anderson says, security, get it out of here.
Weibo under the basket. Hawkins to Folk for three. Folk gets it to go. Paris drives to the corner. Paris a floater off the glass. Tries to get it. Anderson aggressive on the rebound, but it's going to be off of the Bruins.
Jackson Paris might be cramping up here.
Yeah, injured Bruin on the floor. Indeed is Jackson Paris. Dakin going to come in for him. Paris was having a pretty solid night tonight. Sucks to see him go out that way. Weibo's got another basket. Folk gets it up to Westfield. Westfield, it's a 2-on-2 now. Westfield drives. Anderson tries to get the block, but it's off the glass. These Bruins, they need to stop him here with 2 seconds left. Dakin pulls up, just short. And at the end of this third quarter, your Bruins up 48-39, but Weibo, they were making a charge there late. They've drawn it back into 9.
Yeah, they made a nice couple of stops there, hit a couple of buckets. You know, sometimes that can settle a team down. You get a couple of at the rim, you see one go in. I think they got to the free throw line a couple of times. So they kind of weathered the storm there a little bit. I think Tri-West pushed it to about 14 as their biggest lead in the quarter. They come back down, push it down back to 9-point lead.
No, yeah, I think Tri-West, if they can get back to that first half style of play, even with the fouls, I think they could still get this game, put this game in hand. Because I feel like these guys are trying to make too many perimeter shots now and trying to make the fancy plays. They're having really good plays on defense down here. Wes Ward and Parker Anderson, I think both had 2 blocks that quarter alone. So really good defensively still, but they still need to get some better shots out of the offense to keep this lead alive.
Yeah, I'm sure Coach is over there talking to them a little bit about being patient on offense, running their stuff. We saw where Tri-West was really successful in the half court was when they were able to move the ball a little bit, right? Dump it down to West on the block, get a guy cutting, get some ball screen action up top, cut to the basket. Just take your time. You know, no reason to be in a hurry. Use the clock. Be smart.
Weibo going to start the fourth quarter with the ball. Inbounded to Gavin Hawkins. Daniel Thomas immediately picking him up. He wants to show him what he's made of. Thomas stopped him. Out to Fortner. Westward up on Folk. Folk tries to drive in. Can't get it. Back out to Westerfield.
Good job here of the Bruins.
Folk drives in. Westward up there. Good to not draw the foul. Dakin comes down with the rebound. Looks like Luke Atkins was pulling on the arm there for Weibo. Ball's going to go to Bruins under the basket.
Yeah, good job down there on the defensive half court by the Bruins. Just being patient, not overplaying anything, settling in.
Miller brings up the ball for the Bruins. It's Kellen Dakin in the corner. Back to Miller on the wing. Ward at the top of the key. He's looking for something here. Dakin on the wing. Dakin drives, looks up. He gets the floater to go.
Nice job there of driving to the basket, being patient, getting a good look.
Folk pushes up the floor, tries to look for a teammate. Ryan Miller tries to get the ball, but he's going to get called for a foul. Stride clearly upset with that call. I think Miller had all ball there to me, but I don't know what the refs were seeing. Weebo inbounds at the Hawkins here. Hawkins dribbles up the floor. Thomas. Fortner pass it to Ad. Fortner drives the lane. He falls. It's going to be called a travel. Fortner looking for the opposite call there, a trip. Fortner get called on a travel.
Yeah, you can really see on a lot of possessions, Weebo's getting really frustrated when they don't get calls that go their way. They kind of melt down a little bit there. Maybe he just lost his balance. I know that Hawkins' boy really has been very emotional with calls, and I saw him down here think he should have got one a minute ago as well. Something going on over there on the sideline.
Just trying having a conversation for the ref. Looks like he's going to take a timeout.
Boy, Coach Strine's going to give us our money worth for entertainment this season.
Oh, yeah. But, I mean, that's what you get. With the coach coming from a college background, recently leaving IPY to come here, I mean, you can just see, even with that emotion, you can see the love and the passion he has for this team. And I feel like it's even running off on the players. Again, I think my player of the night, I can already name it. It's looking like Daniel Thomas, man. He's been really physical. He's been really aggressive on these steals and on defense. And had a really good third quarter going up against a senior, Tristan Folk, and getting the layup to drop.
Yeah, that's a really great point, Lane. I talked to Coach Strine early in the week, and I said, Coach, what are you thinking? How you feeling going into the game? He says, I'll tell you one thing, we're going to play hard. And he's definitely lived up to that tonight. These guys are playing hard.
6:36 left to play here in the fourth quarter as we come out of the timeout. Tri-West up 50-39.
Yeah, again, you really want to see here, get to the under 4 minute mark, maintain your lead, be smart, play a good brand of basketball here. See how this shakes out. Got to be smart with the ball here. Run your stuff in the half court.
Dakin inbounds it to Thomas. Thomas to Paris on the wing. Paris looking for somebody. Tries to get into Caden Murphy, but Weebo immediately collapses on that one. The Fulner loses it. Oh my goodness, Paris tries to get the jump, but almost tackles Fortner.
Yeah, that was a hard foul. I think Jackson Parrish just kind of got caught. He knew he wasn't going to be able to get a clean block, and so he just got the contact there.
Fortner again at the free throw line for two. Misses the first one. Man, I think he's cost his team a lot of points tonight. I think that's his third missed free throw of the night.
You know, down here on the offensive end, something that the Bruins are going to have to recognize is the lane is really clogged. Not only are they doubling Wes Ward, but there's usually a third body that's sagging off in the lane, so it's going to be hard to get any kind of entry-level pass into the post.
Thomas passes it to Murphy at the top of the key. Good shove pass to Paris. Thomas back at the top. Paris cutting the lane, was wide open, didn't see it, but he's going to get Wes Ward the lane, and Ward an easy layup for two.
Nice dive there by Wes Ward to the bucket. Gets a nice little layup.
Fortner brings it up the floor. Fortner's looking for something. He's got Paris going the other way. Tries to pull up. Can't get it. Back out to Hawkins. Hawkins for three. Won't go. Ward tries to get the rebound. Bounces it to Thomas. Thomas drives. He looks left, looks right. Pass it to Murphy for three. Just in and out. Thomas trying to get the ball there. Overcommitted. Mitchell in the corner, airballed. Wes Ward comes out with the rebound.
Yeah, the Bruins dodged the Bruin right there.
Dakin for three, it's good.
Boy, that was one you almost kind of saw Kellen look at Coach like, hey, Coach, I was open. I don't think he was real happy about that shot so quick.
Thomas and Ward collapse on number 24, Tristan Folk on the ground.
Yeah, there was one down here that was some contact. I couldn't tell how it happened, but he took a bump in the head.
Looks like Caden Murphy can come out of the game and Blakely coming back in, as well as Dylan Sheets coming in for Weebo. Man, from what we saw in the first half, this has turned up to another level. This has become more of a physical game. I mean, we've seen Fortner get tackled here. We just saw Folk down. We've seen a lot more physical game out of these two teams this second half.
Yeah, that's for sure. And again, these guys are just going to have to learn to play smart.
Westward gets a tip on the ball and is going to get the steal. Gives it to Kellen Dakin. Dakin starts it at the top, out to Thomas. Thomas back to Dakin. Dakin swings it to Paris. To Thomas at the top of the key. West looking for the pick. Thomas drives. 3-on-1. Can't get it to go. Folk comes down with the rebound. A good pass from Folk to Sheets. Sheets overshoots his second layup of the night. And Eli Mitchell can't get it to go, but gets fouled as he comes down after a shot.
Yeah, that was a great pass there in transition. Unfortunately, they couldn't finish it. Something the Bruins are going to have to really kind of watch as the season goes along here is there's a lot of athleticism on that court, and they're going aggressively for block shots. You just don't want to see them pick up cheap fouls, especially when they play as aggressive man-on defense as they play. They got to learn to be smart, rotate, not jump at every shot to try to block it in the third row.
No, yeah, I agree. And Caden Murphy comes on the court. Mari Blakely takes his seat. And Eli Mitchell misses his first free throw. Second one goes up, and it's good. Timeout taken by the Western Bruins Stars here with 4:32 left to play. Bruins up 55-41.
Yeah, as we come down the stretch here, again, it's going to be really important for Tri-West to take care of the ball. I'm sure that Coach Oakley's over there right now talking to him about some kind of press. We're probably going to see some kind of trap, diamond press of some kind. You're going to have to take care of the ball, be strong with it, make solid passes. One of the things that the teams will try to do when they're breaking a press is make a long pass. You need to shorten up your passes, catch the ball, be strong with it. You're going to get contact. Coach Strine's probably over there telling those guys that right now. Be strong with the ball, be smart. Sometimes a press can also rush you into your offense. Settle it once you break it. You're in no rush. You got the lead, right? There's no shot clock. Take your time, run your stuff.
Oh, yeah, I agree. I think Strine's going to try and swing it like they have been for most of these plays and just try and keep chewing up the clock here so Weebo doesn't get another shot at the ball. Taking inbounds to Thomas, and Thomas brings it up the floor for your Bruins. Fortner looks like he's going to pick him up at half court. Thomas to Murphy, swings it back to Paris. Thomas holds it at the top. Looks like these guys are running a 5-out formation with Wes Ward cutting in every once in a while. Dakin in, pass to Murphy. Murphy for three. It's good. There's another one. Paris right on Fortner, keeping up with him. He loses the ball. Fortner recovers it though. Mitchell tries a spin move. Can't get it to go. Westfield comes down with the rebound and now rejects it by Wes Ward. Paris looks up the floor to Murphy. Murphy puts up the shot. He gets it. Timeout on the floor. Looks like Thomas has pointed out a wet spot on the floor to the referee.
Yeah, I think when Fortner went down there, he probably left a little bit of moisture on the floor.
But again, a great effort by Caden Murphy, even going to the ground. Didn't get the foul call, but still got the bucket to go.
Yeah, 5 quick points there by the Bruins to stretch this back.
Gavin Hawkins checks back into the game for Dylan Sheets for the Stars.
Tri-West going to continue to keep this pressure going. Up 19, 3:48 to go. Again, you just got to be smart, not give up cheap, easy stuff. You don't want the clock to stop at this point.
We will bring some ball up the floor with 3:40 left to play. Bruins up 60-41, and Daniel Thomas with the steal. Thomas one-on-one again with the senior. Can't get it to go. Paris on the ground for the rebound, trying to get it. It's a scramble. Not a loose ball yet, no control, but they finally call it, and it's going to stay down here for the Bruins.
Yeah, mad scramble for the ball right there. 9 times out of 10, the refs are going to throw up the double thumbs. They don't want to see it get out of hand.
3:30 left to play here, and the Bruins going to get it under the basket. Also, Amari Blakely comes into the game for Caden Murphy. Dakin flashes out to the ball. Eli Mitchell all over him. They're going to call him for the travel.
I didn't see that one, but
Yeah, I think Eli Mitchell kind of shoved Kellen off his feet, but I don't think the rest saw that, and they called the travel on him. Fortner gets the inbound, trying to bring it up the floor. Thomas and Parrish trying to trap him at the 10-second line. Ward goes up. Dakin tries to get the block on the underside, but can't get it.
yeah, this run and jump by the Bruins is effective when it gets the ball at the top of the key or at the half court. But if they break it, it causes the defense to have to rotate, and that's when you get reaching.
Kellen Dakin, his third foul on the night. Some of these Bruins starting to get into foul trouble. Kellen Dakin, I believe, and Caden Murphy both have 3 fouls. We were going to miss our second free throw. Kellen Dakin comes out with the rebound. Mari Blakely pushes it up the floor to Daniel Thomas. Thomas looks at Paris. Paris back to Blakely. Thomas cuts up the middle. Blakely picks up his dribble. Thomas comes to help him at the wing. Ward at the top of the key. Mari flashes from the right side. Almost loses his footing. Drives in. Out to Thomas in the corner. Thomas pump fakes. Up and over. Gets the ball back. And it's going to get the foul call.
Yeah, the Bruins had 2 kids in the same spot down there. I don't know if that was a mistake on someone's end or what, but they got away with it there.
And the Bruins going to call a 30-second timeout.
30-second timeout. Bruins.
2:49 left. You're up 18. Again, at this time of the game, Coach Strine's probably talking to the guys about just being solid with the ball, being smart, play solid on defense, don't gamble, don't reach, just execute. You know, play a clean 2:49 here and secure this win.
Yeah, the Tri-West has already got him in the bonus. He needs to play clean, let this clock run, and just keep the ball on offense and let this clock run out.
Yeah, as a coach, when you've got a lead like this, with this amount of time left in the game, the last thing that you want to see is the clock stop. And while we've got this timeout, I want to give a shout out to these officials. This has been a really difficult game to officiate. It's been physical. Tri-West has played fast. And I think they've done a great job of calling it.
Blakely tried for 3 in the corner, won't go. Eli Mitchell turns with the ball. Blakely gets it back. You see Strine on the bench trying to tell his Bruins to get it. Hawkins trying to play scrappy himself, but he's not going to get it. He's going to get called for a foul. And you can just see it on his face. He looks really frustrated right now, and he looks like he just wants to get out of here and get back home.
Yeah, this has been a physical, tough game. I'm sure these guys are going to feel it tomorrow.
And a new face coming onto the floor for the Western Boone Stars, number 13, Jaden Latham. His first time on the court tonight. Thomas on the left wing, Dakin in the middle, dumps it to Westward. Thomas wide open on the wing for 3, just overshot. Westerfield brings up the floor for the Stars. Loses it, gets it back to Hawkins. Dakin all over Westerfield here. Westerfield trying to look for something, tries to drive in, gets it to go. But gets fouled by Kellen Dakin. I'm pretty sure that's his 4th on the night.
Yeah, that's a good, strong take there by Westerfield. You can tell he's aggressive.
And Strine here looks like he's going to keep Kellen in to let him play out his foul. Westfield makes his first free throw. Westfield makes both. Coming into the game for the Stars, number 12, Luke Adkins for Westerfield. The Bruins bring the ball up the floor with a 14-point lead here with 2 minutes. 16-point lead. Dakin drives to Thomas in the corner. Thomas drops left, looks right. Paris pump fakes in the corner. Fortner, he's getting pretty handsy in there with Paris. Dakin pulls it out, looking up top, and Coach Strine calls a timeout.
Yeah, I think this is a substitution timeout here. Looks like he's got a bunch of the JV guys that are come in here for this last 146. Last thing you want to see is a player get injured.
Yeah. I think these Bruins, the third quarter started to look a little bit shaky there on offense, but I think they've regained it, and I think they stretched it out enough where I think if they can just keep the ball in their possession, this game's pretty much sealed.
Yeah, you can tell Western Boone plays hard. They tried really hard tonight. They're a little undersized against us, and their quickness on our guards was a little deficient. But they played hard, to their credit. They came in here prepared for a dogfight. I don't think they ever backed down. The Bruins were just able to execute really well in the half court, use their athleticism, create some turnovers, be patient on offense. It's been a really good debut so far for Coach Strine and the boys.
Two new faces on the floor tonight for the Bruins. Number 35, Lane Barner. Number 55, Xavier Graham, seeing the floor for the first time tonight. Wyatt Blakely has it at the half court. Gives it to Murphy. These guys try to trap. They're trying to get the ball back. Blakely gives it to Xavier. Xavier pulls it back up to Blakely. I think these guys are going to try and swing it here outside the key. Blakely's looking for something here. To Barnard, a good pass, and Barnard gets his first points of his high school career.
What a look there. Nice finish.
Parker Hanson going to get called on the foul. Had an arm around Hawkins' neck when he got the ball.
Yeah, silly little foul there, but again, you get caught up in the game. You're in that mode of attack. Sometimes you just got to learn to back off the gas a little bit.
Hawkins at the three-point line, shooting two. It makes it first. Hawkins makes both free throws, and here comes Sheets in for Hawkins as well. Xavier Graham going to inbound the ball for the Bruins here to Amari Blakely. And just with over a minute left, the Bruins are looking good for their first win and their first home win of the season here, up 62-46 with just a minute left to play. Luke Atkins going to pull the foul on Amari Blakely.
Yeah, I was really impressed tonight with the athleticism and the way in which we came out and answered the bell. Played hard from the tip.
Graham and inbound it to Barnard. Blakely looked for a shot, couldn't get it, but it's called on the travel.
Yeah, he got a little in between right there on the exchange with Flane. Caused that travel.
Lebo inbounds it to Fortner. Fortner, he's looking up the floor. Sheets in the corner, pulls it back out. Out to Atkins. Atkins trying to drive. He's got nothing. Picks up his dribble, pass it to Folk. Back to Fortner. Fortner drives again. It's got nothing. Back out to Sheets at the top. Sheets drives down to the corner. Just hands it to Atkins. Atkins trying to drive. 36 seconds left to play, and the ball's loose. It's going to be kicked around by a couple of Tri-West players, and it didn't even look like we both know they lost the ball.
Yeah.
Weebo going to have the ball out of bounds under their own basket with 34 seconds left to play. Folk has it at the top of the key. Picks up his dribble. Fortner, a good cut under the basket, and an over-the-back block from Parker Anderson. His third of the night. Again, going to be out on Parker, and it's going to go to Weebo. Weebo tries to chuck it up. Caden Murphy intercepts the pass, and he's driving. Pulls it back out. Great decision there to run at the clock here, and this looks like this is going to do it. And Atkins gets a foul. That foul puts the Bruins in the bonus, and Murphy's now going to be shooting 2.
The Bruins are in the bonus.
Murphy misses the first. And Murphy misses both his free throws, and Full comes down with the rebound. 15 seconds left to play here in this game, and I'd say this one's pretty much wraps as Sheets drives in and puts in a lay-in here in garbage time. 8 seconds left, but it looks like the Bruins are going to pull this one out at home. Mike Bickley pulls up the floor. And that's going to do it, folks. The Tri-West Bruins win their first home game tonight, 62-48.
Good effort all around by the Bruins. Did a nice job of finishing that one off. Played hard from the tip. Really impressive showing by Coach Strine boys in the first game here. Played hard, executed.
No, yeah, I think as soon as the refs threw that ball up in front of the word go, these boys thought go, 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 and that's exactly what they did for 32 minutes tonight, and that's how they got this win out tonight.
Yeah, all-around great effort, good defense, moved the ball around. Boys are all celebrating down there in the corner with the students, ringing the victory bell. That's a good way to start the season.
Oh, yeah, that's a great win. Like you said, a great impression on Coach Stride here to get these boys their first win. These guys look like they got a great path to another great winning season this year.
Yeah, absolutely. Hopefully they can carry this momentum into the rest of the season. You know, there's going to be some ups and downs. This is a young team, but really encouraged at how hard they played. Fundamentally pretty solid. I know Coach is always going to find something that they can work on, but this is a really great way to start the season and build off. As we look toward the upcoming schedule, next Friday they'll be playing Frankfurt at 7:45, and that'll be up at Frankfurt. And then they're at home on the 14th against West Lafayette, and that is a 1:30 game. So we'll be back here at the Bruin Den next week at 1:30.
I think that would be another tough game. West Lafayette, a big school, and I assume they're going to come in here and going to have a lot to prove, and these Bruins are going to want to defend the Den.
Yeah, absolutely. It'll be really key to see them have a good week of practice, get a win maybe next Friday, build on that, come back at home 2-0, feeling good, see where you go.
Yeah, before we leave tonight, Justin, I want to see what do you think was the best part about the Bruins in tonight's games?
Yeah, I was just the level at which they played. I was really, really impressed. I mean, I know Coach Strine said, if anything, we're going to play hard, but I was really impressed by the on-ball pressure, the recovery on defense, the way they took care of the ball. They didn't let the game get out of hand. They handled the pressure. I think all in all, their effort level is what really impressed me.
Yeah, and I do agree. I think, like you said, from the word go, these guys played hard. And my big question going into tonight, will these younger players step up? They certainly did. Daniel Thomas knocked down a few threes and had a great offensive drive in the third quarter. Jackson Perry started out hot with a couple threes. I think this team's going to be really good this year. They got a lot of depth in the team here. And even if West Ford's double, they still got a lot of other guys to rely on.
Yeah, absolutely. Shout out to the girls team for getting the W. Boys team gets the W.
Oh, yeah, it was a great night. Great night.
Feels good.
Oh, yeah.
All right, well, thank you again, Lane, so much. On behalf of Lane, Connor, Dave Smith, thank you so much for tuning in to the Tri-West Sports Network. We'll see you next week.